an and one, and that's an easy travel call. And now Soden's going to throw one down. Little hesitation, finds Henderson, back to Bedoyan for three, far side, it's good. Back to Braga, now Luke Soden, pulls from deep, and gets it to go.
Driving into the paint, Pena, shot blocked by Bedoyan, back the other way, the Bulldogs, Kazajanski, bring down the Thunder.
And welcome to Rochester, New Hampshire at the former Rochester Recreation Center, now called the James Foley Memorial Community Center, for tonight's Division I boys basketball semifinal action, where the Bedford Bulldogs, the number 1 seed, will be taking on the Exeter Bluehawks, the number 5 seed. I'm Corey Munster Tiger here for BCTV and WBNH, joined up sky high by girls basketball head coach Kevin Gibbs. Kevin, what are your thoughts on tonight's affair?
It's going to be a close game, and the first game, which we walked in on the closing seconds of, was another, what I guess people would consider an upset. Keene defeated Portsmouth 61-60, and there are a lot of people out there who feel that Exeter can hang with Bedford. It'll be interesting. Coach Marino definitely has this Bulldog squad prepared. They've done an awful lot over the last few days to get ready for Exeter, but of course, you never know what the other coach is doing to prepare for you.
Absolutely the case here. As you mentioned, Keene, the number 6 seed, took down Portsmouth, the number 2 seed. As you talked about, a slight upset. 61-60 was the final there. We did see the last seconds of that match as, in fact, Portsmouth hit a 3 right at the buzzer, and many of the fans in the stands felt there might have actually been a foul on the three-point shooter, which would have given them a free throw attempt to tie it. The foul was not called, the game was over, and Keene advances. They will take on the winner here at Lundholm Gymnasium at UNH. Sunday afternoon, 4 p.m. is the final. We'll have to see who will face them on Sunday, given tonight's results. We're about 3.5 minutes to go to tip off. We'll have starters announced here shortly, and then we'll get underway in this state semifinal. We do have an interview with Coach Moreno. We'll take that right now, and then we'll join you on the other half for Division I basketball action.
We are speaking with Coach Frank Marino. His number 1 seeded Bulldogs team faces Exeter tonight in the semifinal round. Coach, any team that's played 19 games will have bumps and bruises to deal with. How is your team doing health-wise?
Actually, we're surprisingly healthy. We're all in good shape. They're obviously sore after games, but we're feeling really good. No injuries, no health concerns. Knock on wood. So we're ready to go tonight.
Your leading scorer, Logan O'Connell, seems to have his scoring touch back, but there was a stretch late in the season when things weren't falling for him. How did he work himself out of that funk?
Yeah, he pushed through really hard and adapted his game so he could continue to be valuable on the court. Started to move the ball a little bit better, penetrate, and find some of the other guys that were open. So he really continued to add value and got other guys involved. And now he's putting the ball back in the basket, more consistently. And we obviously benefit tremendously from that. Gives us another weapon.
Now, you played Exeter back on January 16th, and you beat them by 14. Since then, the Bluehawks have gone 11-1. What does your scouting tell you about this team that you face tonight, and what are some of the key matchups your guys will be dealing with?
Yeah, they're incredibly strong. Yeah, when we faced them the first time, they were missing one of their senior leaders and top scorers, in Nate Greco. He's tremendously valuable big man that they have. He scores inside really well. So and they're just continuing to improve, game over game. So that's definitely a key matchup for us. Greco and Nate McNeff as well. He's really, really strong point guard, another senior leader. So we've got our hands full with those guys, but they've got a lot of other weapons as well. They're really, really, really strong shooters. They've got a lot of size. So there's matchup challenges all over the place for us.
Now, have you played at the Rochester, I'm not sure what they call that building, the Rochester Community Center?
The Rochester Rec Center, yeah. We have not played there in years, but I have been there before. I know that they've renovated it, so it'll be interesting to see what the new and improved rec center is like.
Well, we'll all find out tonight, Coach. Thanks a lot, and good luck.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it, Harry.
Coach Frank Marino with the pregame interview. Thank you, Harry, for conducting that earlier today. We are here in the Rochester Community Center. Again, it has been renamed for the journalist James Foley. It is the James Foley Memorial Community Center. They talked about a refurbishment. It's an unusual setup here as from broadcasting position. We're well back from the court, high up and above. So it's an unusual angle for us here tonight, Kevin.
I have to tell you that having played here, the last played here, it has to have been easily 10 to 12 years ago. Yes, they have definitely refurbished, refinished, but the sight lines and the angles kind of reminds me of a combination between Keene and the unused bleachers now at Pinkerton, that the fans are, especially on the far side of the court, actually both sides of the court, are really set back from the action.
They sure are set back from the action. Hopefully it leads to phenomenal action on the court tonight. We will have a 3-referee crew. They're announcing starters right now. For the Bulldogs, we will have a familiar lineup. Number 2, junior Landon Elsmore. Number 3, junior Logan O'Connell. 4, senior Jack Hinton. Number 22, senior Connor O'Rourke. And number 23, freshman Ouija Dak. For the Exeter Bluehawks, led by senior number 11, Nate McNeff. They will also have sophomore number 22, Tyler Ream. Junior number 23, Jack Thibodeau. Junior number 24, Huxley Brown. And senior number 30, Nick Greco. As you heard in the interview, Coach Moreno mentioned that Nick Greco was not playing in that regular season matchup, which Bedford won by 14. So we'll see how the tides change this evening. We'll take a quick break. You'll hear from our underwriters. We'll have the national anthem in the stadium, and we'll join you on the other side for Division I basketball action.
BCTV and WBNH thank our underwriters. Primary Bank, New Hampshire's bank for business. PrimaryBankNH.com. The Wicks Insurance Group, serving New Hampshire and the Bedford community with auto, home, life, and business insurance since 1984. TheWicksInsuranceGroup.com. Interim Healthcare of Manchester, personalizing care to help meet your unique health needs. InterimHealthcare.com. Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, your local brokerage boutique. Relationships built on trust. MrsNelson'sNeighborhood.com. Great New Hampshire restaurants. Food tastes better with family. Tbones.com or CopperDoor.com.
So, of note, as we heard Coach Marino talk about Greco's absence in their first game, that was many, many weeks ago, and I can also tell you that he's had quite an impact in this postseason for Exeter. He has scored 43 points in the first 2 rounds of the tournament. McNeff has scored 45, and I know that Coach Marino is very, I'm not going to say concerned as much as aware of the damage that they can do. Without giving away too much quite at the moment, I can tell you that Coach Marino is going to be making a little bit of a change to some of the full court pressure that they're putting on this evening, and it'll be interesting to see how Exeter reacts to it. At this stage of the season, it's always a chess match as to what do you think the other team's going to do, what do they think I'm going to do, and it does make for good coaching. And Coach Holmes of Exeter is one of the best. Coach Marino, as we all know, is the Division I Coach of the Year. And it is much a great matchup between 2 teams as it is a great matchup between 2 super coaches.
And a phenomenal tilt is ready to begin. 8 minutes on the board. We're ready for tip-off. Connor O'Rourke will tip it off against Jack Thibodeau. Ball is up. We're good to go. And controlled by the Bulldogs. Logan O'Connell on the right wing. He'll bring it up top. Lefty dribble, hands off to Landon Elsmore. Exeter comes out in a man-to-man defense. Hands it off to Jack Hinton. Left wing, now top for Ouija Dak. They swing it around. Right wing, Landon Elsmore free for a 3. Jack Hinton, no good. defensive rebound pulled down by Jack Thibodeau.
I think that's going to be a big difference tonight. Connor O'Rourke did not have a lot of height to contend with against Wyndham. He will this evening.
He certainly dominated in that previous matchup. Wyndham had all kinds of problems keeping him off the boards, keeping him out of the paint, and scoring inside. He had a marvelous first half while they tried to figure out how to deal with it. The Bulldogs come out here in a zone defense as Exeter works it inside. Now find a shooter on the outside, and McNeff hits from 3. Puts Exeter up early. 3-0. First shot from McNeff is true to form, and that's the kind of shooting the Bulldogs will have to face all evening long. O'Rourke now up top. Right wing for Elsmore. Lefty dribble, gets into the lane, kicks back out for Dak. Straight away. Gets the ball on the ground, and it pops away from him into Jack Thibodeau's hands. He's out into transition, pulls it down. Finds the cutter behind him, Greco. Greco tries to dribble out and away from pressure and finally moves out towards half court. Now we'll go one-on-one. The ball gets loose, and Dak comes away with it, and he's out into transition. Little lob for Connor O'Rourke. Can't throw it down. Dak is there for the rebound and putback. They covered themselves there. It would have fired the crowd up. Early in the game, you like to see that. You don't like to see the miss. Now open for 3. Too strong was Tyler Reen. Elsmore tries to lead the break. Pulls up. Baseline jumper, no good. Pulled down by Exeter. Greco. And he tips it away. And now up into transition. McNeff takes it hard to the hoop and gets blocked. Beautiful defensive play by Elsmore.
We're already witnessing what we know Bedford is going to want to do, which is speed the tempo.
O'Connell can't hit on the lay-in, but O'Rourke is there to clean it up. Gets the offensive board, goes back up with it, gets it to go, and gets the foul. Foul was on Jack Thibodeau, his first, team's first, as we are still early going here in the first quarter. O'Rourke hits the free throw. He has 3. 5-3 is your score. Bedford up by 2 early on in this first quarter of semifinal action. Greco finds the cutter underneath. They kick it out top. Here's Brown. Back to Greco. Greco, righty dribble. Into the lane. Kicks it across. Open mid-range jumper by Jack Thibodeau. It's good.
What I like already is that Coach Marino is really mixing up the defenses. He's coming out with that extended 2-3. Then he's going man. Keeps Exeter on their toes.
Logan O'Connell gets deep in the lane and then gets blocked as he tries to lay in lefty. McNeff comes away with it. 5 minutes to go here in the first. We're tied at 5. Greco is open for 3. He'll take it and miss it. Hinton comes away with the rebound. Outlet pass to Elsmore on the right side. Hesitation dribble, kicks to the corner. Ouija Dak's 3 is no good, it's off. McNeff comes away with the defensive board. Out in transition, here's Brown. Kicks it around, back up top, and now Greco from the left wing. He's guarded by Dak. McNeff will take it over to the right wing. Sees a little daylight, then it gets closed down quickly. Greco takes it along that right baseline, up fake, goes strong to the hoop and gets a foul. It looks like it's going to be O'Rourke. His first.
Yep,
well, they do call it on Dak, I believe. 23.
23, yeah.
Looks like O'Rourke had him up top, and Dak might have got him down low. His foot was perilously close to that baseline, too.
It was.
Not quite sure if he stepped on it or near it, but.
So my question is, are we so far away we can't hear the whistles? Because I didn't even hear the whistle blow. I mean, I saw the arm go up, but I didn't see the whistle blow.
I did hear it faintly, but again, we are somewhat far away. We do have the audio equipment on our ears, so it does muffle the live action just a touch. 4:26 to go here in the first quarter. 5-5 is your score as Greco missed the front end. Takes his knee bend. The ball is on the way and good. His first point of the evening and puts the Blue Hawks up by 1. Dak on the right wing sees a little daylight, shoots for 3. It's short and pulled away by Brown. Exeter moving the ball quickly in transition, but the Bulldogs are back. Now Greco with a crossover dribble, spins away from pressure and blocked from behind by Hinton. Beautiful help defense coming down from the top. O'Connell will pull from 3 and hit.
That's his game. Come up, assess the defense, and Drain it if the room is there.
Walked into it, saw a little daylight, pulled the trigger, and buried it. McNeff now, mid-range jumper is short. Batted around on the rebound, and O'Rourke comes away with it. He passes to Dak. The ball gets swatted away, but there's a foul called. And Dak will go to the line for 2. Near side official on the baseline calls the foul on Nick Greco. That's his first. 8-6 is the score. The Bulldogs lead by 2 with 3:42 to go in the first.
The tempo definitely favors Bedford at this point. I think that the way they're pushing the ball down the floor is definitely advantageous.
Dak misses the front end. We heard Coach Moreno say they were big and strong. We did not hear him say they were fast.
No. Truth be told, Bedford's a lot quicker team. And I think Coach Moreno is going to try to use that to their advantage.
Athleticism up and down the roster for Coach Moreno as Dak misses both, and it stays 8-6. 3.5 to go here in the first quarter. The Bulldogs ahead by 2. McNeff now into the front court. Double team comes quickly. He kicks it around the horn. Three-pointer on the way and rattles out as Ream misses. McNeff pulls down the rebound, takes it strong to the hoop, and gets the lay-in to go. McNeff with 5 now. Good offensive rebound, presses the action, and took it right at O'Rourke, who is a regular shot blocker on this Bedford defense, to no avail. McNeff is victorious. Shakir, baseline jumper now for O'Connell. Too strong. It bounces off. Jack Thibodeau tracks it down and gets into trouble, but they do save it as Ream is there to prevent it from going out of bounds. McNeff now looks for the pick up top from Greco. Kicks it to Greco. Travels, and they do call it. Took a couple extra steps there, a little bunny hop, and they caught it. So the whistle blows. It's a turnover on Exeter.
In the NBA, that's considered getting your momentum up, but not at the high school level.
They're a little more strict here at this level. And again, a 3 official crew here tonight in this state semifinal. They're not going to miss much. O'Connell now on the left wing. Righty dribble. Little pick and roll for Jack May. Goes in for the lay-in. Uncontested. May has checked in for Dak, and he has a quick 2, and the Bulldogs have a lead of 2.
I can tell you Coach Holmes is not happy with that. There was absolutely no help defense there at all.
They tried to play that pick and roll. No backside help from across the lane, and now they try to get Thibodeau down low, and a block by O'Rourke. O'Connell on the outlet pass, dribbles away from pressure, and now sets up the offense. Again, Exeter playing a man-to-man defense here. Little pick and roll action. O'Connell presses it into the lane, gets the ball tipped away from him just as he entered into that lane right above the foul line. Greco will bring it up. Takes it hard at May. Crossover dribble, now spins back. He tried that move once before and now kicks it all the way across the lane. Three-pointer on the way is no good. Ream just short. May will watch it go out of bounds, and it'll be Bedford basketball. Elsmore will check back in. Logan O'Connell will have a seat. And Jackson McDonald will take the floor for the first time for the Exeter Blue Hawks as Thibodeau will sit down and Brown will sit down.
What I like is Coach Marino's confidence in his younger players. He has starts Ouija Dak, and Luke O'Connell is number 13, is an integral part of the rotation. He's on the floor now. Really bright future.
Sure does. Shakir kicks to the corner, finds Landon Elsmore. He's open for a baseline 3 and buries it. 13-8 is the score. 5-point lead for the Bulldogs with 1 minute and 30 seconds to go in this first quarter. Greco on the left wing for the Blue Hawks. Measures the seam, drives hard at May, bounce pass to that right baseline. Fumbled around there, now it finds McNeff. Behind the back dribble, kicks all the way to the corner. Ream now back to McNeff. Greco, right hand, right baseline, shot, score.
That was a tough shot.
It was a tough shot.
Tough shot.
Greco made it look easy. Nice and calm and composed, good body position, good control, and buried the baseline mid-range. Now O'Connell will take a 3, just too strong. That's Luke O'Connell.
Though. I like that shot in the flow.
Sure do. Good up pass here. They find the streaking Jackson McDonald on the backside, and Exeter has an easy 2. 13-12 is your score. The Bulldogs ahead by 1. Connor O'Rourke dishes to Luke O'Connell. Ali Shakir kicks Jack May along the left baseline. Gets stopped there. Now Luke O'Connell for 3. Buries it. As you mentioned, No hesitation, it paid off there. 16-12, the Bulldogs by 4.
Luke's a very confident shooter, and this is his environment. This is his environment. He's a very confident player.
Just the freshman, the lefty, they're always good shooters for some reason, as McNeff takes it right down the lane, high above O'Rourke, and gets one to go. Floater in the lane. Now Elsmore tries to get one before the buzzer. Can't get it to roll in. It bounces out, and the buzzer sounds. The Bulldogs will take a 16-14 lead after one.
I think the pace favors Bedford, even though Exeter got up and down the floor a little bit. I think Coach Marino is confident that as the game goes on, he's got more legs, he's got more horses, and I think that he's going to find himself with his team having a lot more scoring opportunities. Exeter is as advertised. They're a physical team. They're a tough team. They can shoot well. There's a reason why they're playing here tonight. The reason why they're one of the Final Four teams. They upset number 4, I believe it was, the other night, Trinity. Am I correct?
They beat number 4 Nashua South.
Nashua South, that's what it was,
with
Josh Caruso, the Division I Player of the Year, at Nashua South. That was an away game, so that really got them in the mentality of being able to play in a hostile environment.
That was the 4-5 matchup. They actually handled them. It was a 16-point win for Exeter. 60-44 was the final in that one. High scorers here this evening in that first quarter. Nate McNeff, 7 points for the Blue Hawks, half their points. Rounded out by Nick Greco with 3 and 2 apiece for Jack Thibodeau and Jackson McDonald. 6 different scorers for the Bulldogs, 3 apiece for Elsmore, Logan O'Connell, Luke O'Connell, and Connor O'Rourke. 2 points apiece for Jack May and Ouija Dak. We're underway here in the second quarter. Again, the Bulldogs ahead by 2, 16-14 with 8 minutes back on the board. Little dish into the lane by McNeff, looking for the cutter there, Nate Thomasy. Now they work it around. Here's McDonald again, kicks it back to the corner for Myers. Exeter with a few fresh faces on the floor, but this is not a fresh face as Greco gets it tipped away from him by O'Connell, diving on the ground, trying to get after it. And now, as he tried to recover the ball, Greco dribbled it, but it went out off that sideline. Tough one there. That's a turnover on Exeter. Great hustle play by Logan O'Connell.
We're 2 or 3 counties away, but from here it looked like the dribble was actually out of bounds as he was trying to recover. But that was a great hustle play by Logan.
We may actually be broadcasting from the state of Maine right now.
Feels like it.
Logan O'Connell on the right wing, matched up with McNeff. Elsmore now fakes the handoff to Dak, now kicks it to him at the top. 2 long strides through the middle, can't get the lefty lay-in to go, and the Blue Hawks have the defensive rebound. Greco pulls it away and trots over half court. McNeff, hesitation dribble, takes it strong into the chest of defender Ali Shakir, puts it high off the glass and gets it to go. 9 points now for Nate McNeff. Dak hands to Logan O'Connell. Long 3-pointer is good. 6 points for Logan O'Connell now, and that one was deep, a good 4 feet behind the 3-point line.
Yeah, I'm respectfully crossing gender play, but that was Caitlin Clark territory.
That sure was. Not quite logo territory, but he had some room between him and that 3-point line. Exeter now with the back cut. McNeff, he's going to get a foul called. I believe May getting a hand in on that.
They're calling it a shooting foul.
They do call it on Jack May, his first. And they do call it a shooting foul. Everybody on the floor was ready for an inbound from under the offensive basket, but McNeff, as I saw and as you saw, was clearly going up with that. So
yeah, the ball was low, but he was definitely in shooting mode. The foul occurred as the ball was probably about as low as it could possibly be.
McNeff takes his knee bend. Shot is too strong. Misses the front end. We're seeing an unfortunate situation start here. McNeff is actually vomiting. I think we're going to take a timeout, clean the floor up. He's clearly not feeling great. So we're going to clear the floor. Players are going back to their benches. we're going to have the floor cleaned up as he was ready to take that second free throw. He's got 9 points, but he's clearly not feeling great.
No, that's unfortunate, number one, and you got to figure if the young man is ill, he's putting out maximum energy at this point. Maybe he's a little dehydrated, but one way or another, this floor needs to be cleaned up in order for play to resume.
Seems no worse for the wear as he's in the huddle there, so I don't know if it's an illness or if it's a dehydration issue or nerves, whatever it is. He'll figure it out.
These players come across very cool, calm, and collected, but I can tell you as a coach that there is anxiety, there is nervousness, and it looks like we're coming out with some kitty litter of something similar to absorb it.
Some neutralizing agent, hopefully, and we're ready to mop it up. So the mop is coming out. Yeah. I mean, it's not every semifinal that you see some action like this. We got the janitor coming out. She's doing a phenomenal job bringing the mop and the bucket. Got a big old white spot with some powder over here trying to absorb the remains, shall we say?
Yeah.
I don't want to get too crude here on the air. Game reset. We're 6:15 left here in the first half. The Bulldogs ahead by 3. 19-16 is the score.
I have to say, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Corey, but what I really like is the fact that even though the game has been somewhat tight, Bedford's really playing within themselves. Nobody's trying to score a 5-point bucket. Nobody is trying to put the team on their own back. They're playing together, and that's really been their theme all year. They have multiple kids who can score in double digits, and they're probably still looking for that hot hand at this point, although right now it certainly seems like Logan O'Connell is kind of saying, maybe it's me. But the team is moving the ball well, and I think in the half-court set, maybe 1 or 2 extra passes is really going to free somebody up for a shot. And look for Coach Marino to make sure that his kids are finding the best available for the team as a whole. Defense is holding fairly well, but I will say that so too is Exeter's. They're using their size. They've got some decent speed in the backcourt, and this is coming off just as it was predicted to be, a close game between two teams that, with Exeter at full strength, especially with Greco's return, is more than capable of hanging with these dogs. Coach Marino shared a phrase with me a few days ago that I thought was really, really good. You never start out slow in a street fight, and he is impressed upon his players that you come out playing hard right from the beginning, and that's what they've done this evening.
They sure have. Again, coming out 16 points in that opening stanza. They led by 2 after 1. Only a minute 45 here into this second quarter. They hold a 3-point lead. Came out fast. I can't fault their confidence. They've been taking the ball strong to the hoop, trying to get fouls. Dak has brought it in a couple times. O'Rourke brought it in a couple times. Long-range shooting again from Logan O'Connell. He's hit 2 threes. Landon Elsmore buried a 3. Luke O'Connell buried a 3. So they're relying on what's gotten them here. Hitting it hard inside, finding the open shooters around the perimeter, and having confidence in what they're doing on the offensive end.
Both teams are looking to take the ball inside. The defenses are reacting accordingly. But at this stage, this is where I would turn to my assistant coach and say they're letting them play. There's only been a total of 4 fouls called in this game total, I believe, if I'm not wrong, 2 on each team.
That's what I have here.
And you know, that's a sign that the officials are letting the players determine the outcome. And to harken back to the first game this evening, that all of the Portsmouth fans were looking for a foul on that final shot. An official really, unless something is egregious, they really don't want to be the cause for affecting the outcome of the game. And again, we were kind of stuck in the doorway and only had a partial view of what was going on during that game. This place was packed then, just as it's packed now. And I'm going to say that if there was any potential contact, that At this stage, the officials that are assigned to these games are all veterans. They are really good at a three-man crew. And if they didn't make the call, there was no call to be made.
They were right there, had great view of the action, and you have to hand it to them, and keeping their cool under their tough situation, that composure in those tight spots. So no foul called. Keene moves on, 61-60. Again, the final in that first semifinal game, 5:30 game that started on time and ended as we were coming in the door. Thank you very much here to the Rochester team. 5 or 6 individuals out here trying to clean up the mess that was created here just at this stoppage of play. Again, 6:15 to go in this second quarter with Bedford holding a 3-point lead.
I'm beginning to think they're going to come through the crowd and have us all take a Purell bath at this point.
Possibly. Get the hand sanitizer out.
So let's take a look at how these teams got here. For those who are listening along and on delay this evening watching, Bedford defeated Wyndham the other evening, and Exeter has played 2 games. Bedford had drawn the bye. Exeter won their first round at home against Goffstown, 82-63, and then, as we mentioned earlier, that 16-point decisive win at South in the 4-5 game the other night. Kind of a surprise because South is a very, very good team, but only as good as the game you're playing right now at this point.
Absolutely, and the game we're playing right here is Bedford against Exeter in the semifinals of the State Division I tournament. McNeff returns to the line for the second of 2. He missed the front end. He has 9 points so far on the evening, trying to pull the Blue Hawks within 2. He's short on this second attempt as well. As you can imagine, feeling a little odd after the events that just went down. Elsmore now starts the offense for the Bulldogs. Bounce pass to O'Rourke in the high post. He'll take a dribble, find it back to Logan O'Connell. Little ball fake hesitation. He dribbles down to the right corner. Keeps his dribble alive. Lefty now hands it off to Dak. Takes it strong to the hoop and lays it in. Dak, big strong move for the freshman. He has 4 now. 21-16, a 5-point lead for the Dogs. McNeff, crossover dribble, over to Thibodeau. Pass is tipped away by Dak. Logan O'Connell had some numbers, decided to play a little bit slowly, and now Hinton will get called for a travel. With the up fake hesitation, didn't put the ball on the ground right away, and good defensive play by Nick Myers, who was right in the area to harass the shot, caused the turnover.
Typically, you throw up a pump fake to get somebody in the air, but he went to the air defensively as Hinton was in the throes of the shot, and that's when he had to.
Oh, we see a turnover here as Ream was passing to McNeff coming out of the cut, and the Exeter players were thinking that it got tipped by the defensive player for Bedford, but the referee was right there. No tip called, and the Bulldogs got a turnover right back. Elsmore now on the right wing.
Elevator play here. I like that set.
Logan O'Connell up top, tries to get the pick from Luigi Dak. Dribbles back and around, and we'll get a reach-in foul here on Jackson McDonald, his first. Just the first team foul here in the second quarter. 21-16 is the score. The Bulldogs ahead by 5 with 5:05 remaining in the first half. Deep entry pass for Dak. Swings to the right-hand side into the lane. Can't get it to go. Ball batted around a little bit, but finds Thibodeau for the defensive board.
Thought we had a volleyball game breaking out there for a minute.
Tyler Ream up top. Bump set spike, but no spike there. Greco all the way across to Thibodeau. And now to Jackson McDonald. Now McNeff gets free, pulls from 3, no good. Offensive rebound pulled away by Greco for the Blue Hawks.
Exeter was running the flex offense at the last time.
McNeff gets himself in trouble into the lane. Now a beautiful pass to that left baseline. That was McDonald into Thibodeau. He's got 4 now. Great position, good finish. Hinton tries to get free for a 3-pointer. Up top for Dak. Here's Elsmore. Elsmore fakes to the left, back to the right. Now O'Rourke finds Hinton for 3. Oh, in and out. Just around the rim, and it falls out. Nick Greco pulls down the rebound. 3-point lead stays a 3-point lead. The three-pointer was on the way for McDonald, and it was out. And now Exeter is going to get a foul on the defensive rebound. Looks like it'll be Thibodeau picking up his second. Tough one there. A little bit of a ticky-tack foul as Dak pulled away a long rebound and got whacked on the wrist.
It's a good thing that foul was called, because otherwise Exeter had an open lane to the rim.
Elsmore dribbles hard into the lane, kicks to the corner. Here's Hinton. Ball got deflected. Elsmore took a shot. He's trotting off to the left-hand side here. O'Connell, mid-range jumper, way too strong. Greco pulls it down, but Dak rips it away. Gets the second chance. Too strong on the putback. O'Rourke picks it up. Gets it up, not in. Ball gets batted and off of Exeter. Good offensive rebounding there by both Dak and O'Rourke, fighting hard for that second and third opportunity. And now they'll get a fourth as the ball got batted out off the Blue Hawks.
Wyndham fans did not like the call, but the official was about 3 feet away. Excuse me, Exeter, thank you. I'm having a little flashback to the other night.
No worries. Ali Shakir hands it off to Elsmore. Elsmore will back it out between the leg dribble. Hesitation, now hands it to Ali Shakir. Drives the lane, ball gets tipped. O'Rourke fakes the three, drives in the middle. Kicks it all the way across, but not before traveling. It's a turnover on Bedford. 21-18 is the score. The Bulldogs ahead by 3. 3:01 left in the first half as Exeter looks to pull within 1 or even tie.
I'm kind of surprised at how low scoring this game is at this point.
Agreed. It's just a tribute to the athleticism and commitment to defense by both of these squads. Greco spins away, up fakes, gets free, lays it in.
Over through three Bedford defenders, 3 of Bedford's big defenders.
5 points now for Greco, and it's a 1-point game. Bulldogs, here's Logan O'Connell, stepping through pressure, finishing through contact, and gets another bucket. He has 8. 23-20. The Bulldogs by 3. 2.5 to go in this first half. Here's McDonald, drives hard, takes it up and above 2 defenders and gets it to go. McDonald with 4.
The sets that they're running are forcing the Bedford defenders to make decisions in real time, and again, we're too far away to really know, but lots of times that's due to poor communication.
Dak gets free down low for an easy lay-in. Beautiful spot by Shakir. 6 points for Ouija Dak now, the freshman, having an impact on the boards and on the score sheet. McNeff, guarded by Shakir. Beautiful footwork by Shakir. Mid-range jumper goes down. Tyler Ream gets in the scorebook for his first bucket. 25-24, 1-point lead. Jumper by Elsmore is too strong. Greco tries to pull down the rebound, but he travels over the baseline with the ball in possession, so the Bulldogs will get another shot. Elsmore to O'Rourke in the corner. Fakes the handoff. Tries to drive baseline. Now Elsmore cuts baseline. Doesn't get the pass. Dak will take a long 2-pointer and hit it. Dak with 8 points.
6 in this quarter.
He was on the ground afterwards. Perhaps got undercut after the shot. Either way, no call. And the Bulldogs ahead by 3. 27-24 with just over a minute to go in the first half. Jackson McDonald.
Bedford showing that extended zone again, which plays passing lanes as opposed to players.
McNeff. Ream, 3-pointer on the way is good. We're tied at 27. 5 points for Ream. 2 buckets in a row for him. A little mid-range jumper and a 3-pointer there. And we're all nodded with just 30 seconds to go here in the first half. Elsmore, O'Connell fakes the 3, sidesteps. 3 on the way is good, straight away. Good contest by Jackson McDonald. Better shot by Logan O'Connell. He's into double digits with 11. As you mentioned, no lack of confidence there for Logan O'Connell.
No, should there be. He works really hard on his game and can't even begin to talk about how many hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of shots he puts up.
Great footwork there to give himself a little window for that shot. McNeff gets a window of his own. Three-pointer rattles out. No good. The buzzer sounds and the Bulldogs will take a 3-point lead into halftime. 30-27 is your score after 2.
I'd say the one big surprise in this game is the low scoring between the two teams. But again, at playoff time, teams are a little tight. Defense is a little tougher. And I think we're seeing two really strong teams with similar game plans button heads here, and so far Bedford's got the advantage.
Quick scoring update for you. The Bulldogs are led by Logan O'Connell's 11 points. Ouija Dak has chipped in 8 as well, a smattering of other players. For the Blue Hawks, they're led by Nate McNeff. He has 9 points, 5 points apiece for Tyler Ream and Nick Greco, 4 points apiece for Jack Thibodeau and Jackson McDonald. We'll take a break for right now, and then we'll rejoin you for second half semifinal action here in the State Division I Boys Tournament from Rochester, New Hampshire. We'll see you in a few minutes.
BCTV and WBNH thank our underwriters. Primary Bank, New Hampshire's bank for business. PrimaryBankNH.com. The Wicks Insurance Group, serving New Hampshire and the Bedford community with auto, home, life, and business insurance since 1984. TheWicksInsuranceGroup.com. Interim Healthcare of Manchester, personalizing care to help meet your unique health needs. InterimHealthcare.com. Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, your local brokerage boutique. Relationships built on trust. MrsNelsonsNeighborhood.com. Great New Hampshire restaurants. Food tastes better with family. Tbones.com or CopperDoor.com.
And we're back here in Rochester, New Hampshire at the Rochester Recreation Center, now known as the James Foley Memorial Community Center, for tonight's Division I boys basketball action. The Bedford Bulldogs are taking on the Exeter Blue Hawks. The Bulldogs ahead by 3, 30-27 at halftime. Coach Gibbs, any thoughts from that first half?
Yeah, I think Coach Marino is overall happy with how the team played. I think Exeter doing what they want to do, which is kind of crash the boards. I'm going to say control Bedford's tempo a little bit. As I was sharing with a couple of people at halftime, I know Coach Marino has worked on a couple of things, and any good tactician will hold anything different that they have until the second half so that the opposing team can't prep, plan, or react to it in the halftime talk. So I think we might see something a little bit different defensively from Bedford this half based on some of my conversations with Coach Marino. We'll soon see.
Adjustments on both sides, I'm sure. 8 minutes back on the board. We're ready for third quarter action as we get underway. Rourke in the high post looks for some cutters. O'Connell drives hard, up off the glass and far off to the right-hand side. McNeff quickly into transition. High floater over Dak, gets it to go. McNeff into double digits now with 11. And it's a 1-point game. O'Rourke in the high post again, looks for cutters. Second man through is Elsmore. Kicks it back up top to Dak. Now Hinton along the left-hand side for Logan O'Connell. He drives to that left baseline, hands it to O'Rourke inside. Beautiful assist by O'Connell, and O'Rourke has 5 now. Back to a 3-point lead, 32-29. Early going third quarter from Rochester in this state semifinal. Greco up top for Exeter. Crosses over into the lane. Hands it down on the baseline for Thibodeau. Baseline short jumper is good. Thibodeau is 6.
The team that starts putting it together on the defensive end, I think, is going to be the one that is able to take control. Right now, both teams are, I'm not going to say they're scoring at will, but they are scoring.
Trading baskets here early going in the third quarter. Elsmore kicks to the corner. Now right wing for Logan O'Connell. Gets to the foul line. Hands to O'Rourke. Elsmore now. He'll pull from 3. Too strong. Way off. Air ball. And he'll hear it from the crowd. Just under 6.5 to go in the third quarter. The Bulldogs ahead 32-31. And Exeter will bring it up. McNeff. Over to the right-hand wing. Down low for Greco. Late defense comes over, takes his time, sets his feet, gets fouled on the way to the rim.
I was going to say, he's going up 1 against 3, maybe even 4. There's got to be somebody open to kick that ball to.
There likely was, but no kick. He'll go to the line instead as Logan O'Connell picks up his first foul on the push down low. Greco 1 for 2 from the line in the first half. Spins the ball, takes a few dribbles. Knee bend, ball is on the way and is good. Greco now for the second of two as he looks to put the Blue Hawks ahead, and does. True to form, he has 7. The Blue Hawks, I think, have their first lead of the night, if I'm not mistaken.
This is their first lead of the night, and again, Bedford's got to be, there we go, they've got to make sure that they don't get rattled by this, that they just continue to play their game, and Ouija Dak comes through and just as I'm ready to say it.
Good strong move for the freshman. Barrels ahead, gets some room, puts it off the glass, and has another 2. He's got 10. O'Rourke with the block. Leads to a jump ball.
I believe it'll be Exeter ball. Yep.
It will be Exeter ball as the Bulldogs had the possession coming out of halftime. So McNeff will inbound it under his offensive basket. Bulldogs in that 2-3 defense that they were showing in that first half. Greco now, cross for Ream. Now McNeff tries the right baseline, kicks it up top. Greco just inside the foul line, gets a nice soft touch on the rim. Greco with 9, and the Blue Hawks back ahead by 1. O'Connell spins to the lane, adjusts in the air, no good. Rebound comes off for Thibodeau. Ream now, near side Greco. Deep in the corner for Brown. Gets the pick, kicks to Greco. Takes his time, measures the defender, who is Dak, and then dribbles it off his foot for a turnover. Just under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. The Blue Hawks ahead 35-34 in this back and forth third quarter as we've started.
So what we're seeing, Bedford is employing that zone, and again, one of the principles of it is you're defending passing lanes as opposed to defending the bucket, and it does have one glaring hole, and that is the foul line, the high key. And if Exeter starts feeding the ball in there for open shots, you might see Coach Marino make some adjustments.
That high post, such a critical soft spot in both the 2-3 and the 3-2 zones, especially if you have somebody that can knock down that mid-range jumper. Triple threat position. Ali Shakir ball fakes, finds Luke O'Connell, who is checked in now. Shakir back to O'Connell. Fakes, gets into the lane, mid-range pull-up, it's good. O'Connell now with 5, that's Luke O'Connell. And he puts the Bulldogs back ahead by 1, and the Bulldogs will switch up their defense. Shakir was playing man. They fall back into that 2-3. And Exeter will take their time as they look to tear apart this defense. Ream, far side now Brown. Back to Ream, near side McNeff.
See, Bedford's
into that foul line. Thibodeau gets some space, goes to the opposite side of the rim, uses it for protection, and buries it. Sorry to cut you off there.
No, that's quite all right, but the Exeter is being very patient against that and forcing Bedford to make some decisions. Well, we have a blocking foul on Thibodeau. That's his 3rd, I believe.
Thibodeau does pick up his 3rd. Dak looked like he might have been out of control there, but Thibodeau probably still moving his feet. The referee right there, and that's a tough foul to pick up for Thibodeau. 3rd foul on him somewhat early in this third quarter. There is a substitution, but it's Brown, not Thibodeau. He'll stay in with 3. Blue Hawks ahead by 1, 37-36, 3.5 to go in the third quarter. Dak misses. O'Rourke there for the putback. Got the offensive rebound and the deuce. He has 7.
Bodies flying all over the place for Exeter on the baseline.
Both teams going all out. Obviously, state semifinals. Nothing to lose. Lose and go home. So they are putting it all on the line. 38-37. The Bulldogs ahead by 1. McNeff near side. Here's McDonald. Dishes down low. Hand in by Luke O'Connell. Nice job on Greco as he had great position. And Luke O'Connell was able to bat it away.
This is exactly what you don't want to see a tight game. This is a game of, he was out of bounds.
Yeah, Greco got the inbound pass. McNeff was stepping in from the baseline. His trail foot was still out of bounds when he received the ball, so it's a turnover Exeter. 3:06 to go here in the third quarter. Bulldogs ahead by 1. 38-37 is your score. We at BCTV and WBNH would like to thank our underwriters. I failed to do this in the first half, but I'm sure going to do it here in the second half. Our underwriters are supporting our live sports coverage, so we do want to say thank you. Primary Bank, the Wicks Insurance Group, Interim Healthcare of Manchester, Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, and Great New Hampshire Restaurants, T-Bones, and the Copper Door. We really appreciate their support. Also, BCTV's live channels and on-demand content are now easier to access at your fingertips than ever before. Bedford Community Television is available for free download on Apple iOS and Android. Download the Bedford Community Television app from your app store today. So the Bulldogs will take over. They do have a 1-point lead. 3:06 remaining here in the third quarter. They'll bring it over the timeline with Ali Shakir setting up the offense. Dak dribbles over to the right wing. O'Connell sees a little daylight, pulls it down. Lefty dribble into lane, high off the glass. No good. Pulled down by McDonald. Quickly up into the front court and now settles. Long cross-court pass. Greco pulls it down with good hands. Now to the baseline. Here's Thibodeau. McNeff.
And they're being very patient around that perimeter.
They sure are. Passing is going to beat the zone usually, as the ball can move faster than the feet. Greco now in that high post. Will challenge O'Rourke. Spins back, gets double teamed, and blocked. Dak and O'Rourke combined there. Now McNeff steals the outlet pass. They try for the offensive rebound on the missed layup, and McNeff is out of bounds on the near sideline as he tried to save it on the offensive board. The Exeter fans all the way across the stadium don't like it, but the official was about, 75 feet closer.
Yeah, I think he might have been more on top of the play there.
We tick down to 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. The Bulldogs ahead by 1 in this back and forth third quarter. Now O'Connell gets the step and gets the lay-in. 13 points for Logan O'Connell, the leading scorer for the Bulldogs throughout the regular season and these playoffs. McNeff down low, Ream kicks it back up high for Greco. Greco, bounce pass across to the right wing. Now Thibodeau. Long mid-range jumper from just above the foul line. Greco gets the offensive board and will get fouled going back to the rim. That was kind of an awkward one.
Well, I think he had the presence of mind. He knew he was being fouled as he was coming down. He just threw that ball up. That's the no chance it'll go in, but I'm shooting it so I can get the 2 free throws.
Veteran move there for the senior. Ouija Dak picks up his second foul, and Greco will go to the line for 2. Greco hits the front end. He's into double digits.
He's 3 for 3 this half from the free throw line as well.
Just a broadcasting note, the girls team, as you know, Coach Gibbs, will be in the finals on Saturday against Londonderry from Lundholm Gym, 4 p.m. BCTV and WBNH will bring that to you. Live on the radio and then on replay for BCTV as Greco hits the second. He has 11.
For those not familiar, Lundholm is on the campus of the University of New Hampshire.
It sure is.
We hope to see a lot of people there in Durham on Saturday supporting.
Foul line jumper from Logan O'Connell is off. Greco pulls down the rebound. McNeff drives baseline. Reverse lay-in is good. Challenged the bigs and got it to go with a nice little spin off the glass. And he puts the Blue Hawks back ahead by 1, 41-40, with just over a minute to go in the third quarter. O'Connell's shot. He felt he got fouled, no call. And McNeff is back into the offensive end. McDonald kicks high. Greco fakes the 3, drives hard, pulls it down, finishes over traffic through contact. Greco now has 13. And the Blue Hawks with a 3-point lead. Luke O'Connell for 3, way too strong. That's off. Greco pulls down an easy offensive board on a beautiful box out on the backside. 30 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Exeter with a 3-point lead on the ball.
More importantly, a 6-0 run to go from down 3 to up 3, and Coach Holmes is telling them to play for the last shot. They don't want to give Bedford an opportunity to score any more this quarter, and they want to make sure that the last one's getting a shot attempt up.
Green back to McNeff. McNeff down low. Greco just inside the free throw line. Gets some room, pulls, bounces around, no good. It falls to the floor, but it will end the third quarter. A 43-40 score. Exeter Bluehawks up by 3.
That was quite the quarter in terms of momentum. As I told a couple of people at halftime, it was a team that comes out and establishes their game. It looked like Bedford was doing their job, and then Exeter just came right back and gave them a good, hard, solid punch a few times offensively, and it'll be interesting to see now what kind of coaching job each of these two very, very intelligent and experienced coaches do to get their teams ready for this fourth quarter.
Exeter locked it down on defense that quarter as the Bulldogs only scored 10 points versus the 16 points for the Bluehawks. Leading the way in scoring, Nick Greco with 13, Nate McNeff with 13, Jack Thibodeau with 8. For the Bulldogs, on the other hand, 13 points for Logan O'Connell, 10 points for Weegee Dak.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say that the real key here is the impact that Greco has had on this game. Again, I wasn't able to witness the first game. They were playing at Exeter, and we were busy hosting the Exeter girls that night, but he's very impressive, very confident young man. He has a great shooting touch. He brings the ball into the lane well, and you can see the impact that he's having right now on this Exeter team. 8
points there in the third quarter for Greco. Nice way to come out from halftime and lead this Exeter Bluehawk team back to the positive side of the scoreboard for the Bluehawks. We're back underway here in the fourth quarter. 8 minutes back on the board, and we're ready to go for this final stanza here in the state semifinal Division I boys action.
Looking to bury Dak now. Good switch back by Exeter. They got this. Bedford got the switch that they wanted, with Dak being defended by a smaller guard, but he couldn't get the ball to him.
Elsmore, now right side, Logan O'Connell. Through traffic, gets whacked in the face on the way through, so he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Not sure if it's McNeff. It is McNeff.
Yep.
Thought it might be Greco. Just the first foul on Nate McNeff. Done a good job on the offensive side, obviously, but also harassing the Bedford offensive players on the defensive end. O'Connell hits the front end. If you're enjoying the game, you can check out more BHS sports action from Bedford Community TV on your Apple TV and or Roku TV device. Download the app to watch the next game live on the big screen. We're going to get a blocking foul here on the Bedford Bulldogs. Elsmore is going to pick that one up. Maybe some embellishment on McDuff's part, but again, a veteran play. The Bluehawks hold a 2-point lead. 43-41 is your score with 7:27 to go here in this game. Hinton guards McDonald. Nice double clutch feed down low. Reverse lay-in is no good as Thomasy tried to come to the other side of the hoop. And now the Bulldogs, quick in transition. Baseline pull-up is too strong for Landon Elsmore. McDonald gets himself in trouble and turns it over. Hinton now has Elsmore. He'll take it strong and get hacked on the way to the rim. So Hinton will go to the line for 2. I believe Greco will pick that one up.
I think it might have been Tomasi. Yeah, it was Tomasi.
They call it on Greco, number 30. That's his second.
Oh, they did.
And
You're
Hinton
right.
will have 2 shots. A little back and forth there. Both teams being a little freewheeling as Hinton gets nothing but the net.
His first point of the night.
First shot, I believe. Normal long-range shooter is Jack Hinton. He's quite a threat from outside. I'm not sure if he's actually taking a shot tonight. These two from the line are good. He's got 2 points. And we're knotted again at 43.
There's that 2-1-2 press that Coach Marino was keeping in his hip pocket.
The Blue Hawks almost escape pressure there, but Ream's bounce pass down to McDonald goes out on that far sideline, out of bounds, and now Coach Holmes is going to take a timeout. He's going to say, if we're going to get some three-quarter court pressure on this 2-1-2, they're looking to trap us, we better figure out how to break it.
But here's why Marino is a good tactician. You don't do what you have been practicing until you need it, and now Coach Holmes has 30 seconds to show his team how to break it, as opposed to 10 minutes at halftime to make sure everybody's on board. So again, that's a really nice move by Coach Marino. Normally they've been running a 2-2-1 all year. You want to pull things out of your kit in the playoffs, and the 2-1-2 is the trick, and they just forced a turnover.
And now I love it when you get the opposing coach to take a timeout, draw up how to break your press, and then you move out of the press or do something different. That's always a fun one, too.
I can tell you it is a standard operating procedure. You force them to burn a timeout, then you show them something completely different.
So now what are we going to see? A 1-3-1 half-court trap, or maybe a 3-2 zone?
No, I think they might pull it back a little bit, but I think you might see it again after a score.
43-43 is your score. Long three-pointer for Logan O'Connell, no good. Dak with the offensive board, puts it up, it dangles out and off, and we get a jump ball as O'Rourke is there to tie it up. Jackson McDonald was there to pull it down for the Blue Hawks. The possession arrow favors the Blue Hawks.
2-1-2 again.
So they come out in that same three-quarter court pressure. McNeff finds Greco in the middle of the court. He dribbles himself into trouble but gets out of it, and now McNeff finds Ream, right wing. He'll dribble, bounce pass down to Greco. Takes a minute, surveys the scene. Thibodeau just above the foul line. Ream now with some patience. Bulldogs pop quickly into a man-to-man now.
Bedford had Exeter had a great mismatch for a minute.
Ream pulls from three, too strong. Thibodeau with the offensive board. Takes it back to the rim, can't get it to go. Just dangles out. And now Elsmore, transition, takes it strong through Ream, up off the glass, and no good. Thibodeau pulls the defensive rebound. 43-43, 5:40 to go in this game. Greco straight away, guarded by Dak. Dribbles hard lefty, takes it to the rim, strong through the chest of the defender, and he'll get a foul called, likely on Dak. And it is.
Yep.
Third foul on Dak. He really felt like he didn't foul anybody at all, but with that much contact there, the officials are forced to blow their whistle, and Greco will go to the line for two.
The officials had their choice of three people they could have called that one on. There was a lot of contact in there.
Greco misses the front end, gets a lot of the rim, hits the front end, the back end, and then bounces out over the front rim. No good. Had been 5 for his last 5 going back to the first half. Now Greco, his second is on the way, and good. Greco with 14 points, 9 here in the second half. Logan O'Connell spins away, takes his time, up off the glass, it rattles around and falls for a deuce. Logan O'Connell with 16 and puts the Bulldogs ahead by 1. 45-44, Greco double teamed in that corner. They get it down low. Now the Bulldogs scramble to recover. Ream up top. Three-pointer on the way, in and out. O'Rourke pulls down the rebound. It gets tipped away from him, but Elsmore is there to scoop up the loose ball. He finds Hinton. Three-pointer, too strong. Blue Hawks get a phenomenal save by Jackson McDonald as he tips it back inbounds to Greco. Now McNeff for three, too strong.
Not sure Coach Holmes is going to be happy about that quick shot.
O'Rourke pulled down the defensive board, but gets tied up by Ream. It's a jump ball, and the possession arrow favors the Bulldogs. So it's Bulldog basketball, 45-44. 4:36 to go here in this game. Bulldogs lead by 1. Elsmore now resets the offense. Dak on the right wing. Sees a cutter go through. Passes to Logan O'Connell up top. Dak hesitation. Lefty dribble through the lane. Gets batted off 2 Exeter players, then hits Connor O'Rourke on the way to the far sideline. Out of bounds on Bedford. And the Exeter Bluehawks will get a turnover. McNeff takes his time. Passes back to Ream as they break that 2-1-2. Backside cutter was Jackson McDonald. He gets hacked by Luke O'Connell. He's going to make him earn him at the free throw line.
I think he might have gotten hit in the face on that one.
Luke O'Connell's first foul. Might as well take the hard foul there and put Jackson McDonald on the line. He'll shoot 2 as the Bluehawks trail by 1 here. Takes his dribbles and his knee bend, misses off to the left-hand side.
That's his first free throw attempt of the evening. Might have been a little tight.
Well, certainly after getting whacked in the head by Luke O'Connell, too, as he came across with a good forearm to the face. And again, it's playoff basketball. You expect those kinds of harder fouls. He does hit the second. McDonald with 5 points. And we're knotted at 45. Just over 4 minutes to go in this game, and nothing has been determined. Elsmore dribbles into the lane, takes it strong to the hoop, up off the glass and in. Elsmore surprisingly quiet tonight, but now has 5. McDonald, bounce pass low. Thibodeau, blocked by Elsmore. Rebound pulled away by Dak. Elsmore gets away from pressure, and they have numbers. Elsmore hesitation dribble, up off the glass. It dangles out, and McDonald comes away with the defensive board. He tries hard in transition. He'll pick up a foul on Logan O'Connell. He tried to scoot across and get the takeaway, but he'll get called for the foul on the floor. It'll be his second. .333 to go in the game. The Bulldogs ahead by 2, 47-45.
What's of import? That was Bedford's 4th team foul. And so Exeter will be shooting on every foul the rest of the way.
And the ball. O'Connell. Hesitation dribble.
Yeah, I was going to say
Dribbles it off his own foot.
That's off his own foot.
Nice hand by McNeff to get it in, cause a disruption in the dribble sequence. And now Coach Moreno wants to take a timeout. 3:09 to go in the game. The Bulldogs ahead by 2. It's Exeter basketball on that last Bedford turnover.
That was an important possession for Bedford. An opportunity to go up 4 or 5 points. That turnover hopefully does not come back to haunt them. Again, during a timeout, Coach Holmes has probably got a lifetime's worth of special plays in his head. He's probably practiced at least a half of them with his team during the course of this season. So whatever he's drawing up, I'm sure is something they've done before.
I'm sure it is that they've practiced throughout the season and now pulling it out in this critical situation to get an important 2 points. If you're enjoying tonight's broadcast, we will be bringing you the Girls Division I Final on Saturday, March 14th, 4 p.m. live on radio only. The TV will be on delay, so you'll be able to see it on BC TV after a day or so, as Coach Gibbs' girls team will vie for the state championship once again. We're proud to bring you that game live from UNH Lundholm Gymnasium on Saturday. 3 minutes to go here in this one. The Bedford Bulldogs ahead by 2. This Exeter squad is going nowhere. McNeff, lefty dribble between the legs now. Ream on the right wing. Bulldogs in that 2-3 defense. O'Connell harassing Ream. Thought about the 3, pulls it down. Blue Hawks are being patient. Dribble through pressure, and they'll get a cheapie on Dak. That's his 4th foul.
And more importantly, that sends Exeter to the free throw line.
It sure does. So Dak with 4, and Exeter in the bonus. Thibodeau will go to the line for the first time tonight.
Fifth team foul. The officials don't seem to be aware of the fact that he should. There we go.
They adjust. Thibodeau has been standing at the line for a while, as I'm sure Coach Holmes was alerting his players very early that, hey, if we take it hard, if we're strong with the ball, we rip through the defense, the fouls are going to put us on the line. So Thibodeau visits the line for the first time tonight. First one is on the way, and O'Connell still thinks it's a 1-and-1, but it's not. Thibodeau misses the front end.
Old habits die hard.
They sure do. We've been raised a certain way for a long time. A 1-and-1 was a stalwart rule for high school basketball for such a long time. Thibodeau hits the second. He has 9 points and puts the Exeter Bluehawks back to within 1. O'Connell gets ripped. McNeff with a takeaway up top. He's out for the fast break. Lay-in, and it's good. McNeff with 15. Huge play there for the senior guard. Puts the Bluehawks up by 1. And comes back and buries a 3. Logan O'Connell got ripped, came right back, sticks the 3, and puts the Bulldogs ahead by 2. 50-48, 2 minutes to go here in this game. The Bulldogs ahead by 2. Up top, here's Tyler Ream. Now McDonald. Again, the Bluehawks taking a patient approach to this 2-3 defense. Thibodeau, reverse lay-in, and he ties it. Elsmore, crossover, takes it hard, and he's going to get a blocking foul on Thibodeau. Looked like the far side official was going to call a player control, but he calls Thibodeau for his 4th foul. And Elsmore will go to the line, and we hear a lot of booing. We're tied at 50.
Are they saying that he was in the act of shooting?
Well, they sent him to the line. The basket went in. So they do count it.
So they count the bucket, and he's shooting 1.
So he's got 1 shot. Elsmore.
That's huge. That is huge.
A massive play here down the stretch. Gets the end one and sinks the free throw. He's got 8 and puts the Bulldogs ahead by 3. 1:40 to go in this game. Noted line from famous Bruins commentator Jack Edwards. Coach Gibbs, how's your entertainment factor now?
It's pretty darn high.
Greco drives hard left. He gets blocked on the way to the rim. Good defense there by the Bulldogs. Exeter will inbound under their offensive basket. McNabb looks for cutters. Greco into the lane, spins away from pressure. The ball gets batted around. Thibodeau finds it. He's on the floor, gets it to Greco somehow. They find the corner three-point shooter, and challenging the three-pointer was Luke O'Connell. He jumps on the back of Jackson McDonald, who got him up in the air on a ball fake. Jackson McDonald will go to line for 2. Again, the Exeter Bluehawks are in the bonus. 1:19 to go in the game. McDonald on the line for 2. Trying to bring the Bluehawks back as close as possible. Front end is good for Jackson McDonald.
If you're Coach Marino, the one thing you do not want is Exeter scoring with the clock not moving.
Timeout is called
By Exeter.
Coach Holmes icing his own shooter.
Well, one of his players looked over to him and made a motion as to, I'm sure, some sort of full court pressure. And I think it was Coach Holmes' cue to bring his kids over and get them into reset mode. Because if you call something quickly and half the kids hear it and half the kids don't, that's when a breakaway basket occurs.
Reset mode for us here too. 53-51. The Bulldogs are ahead by 2 in this State Division I semifinal matchup. 1:19 remains in this game. Jackson McDonald, the Exeter sophomore, is on the line for the second of 2 shots. He's trying to bring the Bluehawks back to within 1 point here late in this game. Coach Holmes taking the timeout, resetting his defensive approach, no matter the outcome of this free throw. And of course, Coach Moreno trying to set up a patient offensive possession. Not too patient, though. Of course, you don't want to sit back. You want to still be strong to the hoop, but you do have the lead late in this game.
Exeter needs to foul twice to get Bedford to the line. If they make this, I would see Exeter probably not giving Bedford the opportunity to kill any clock. They might go after somebody really quickly.
Ball's back in the hands of McDonald at the line. Takes his dribbles and misses the free throw. Still a 2-point lead for the Bulldogs. O'Rourke pulls down the rebound. And the Bulldogs pass it around. They find the open player, Elsmore. Now O'Connell. Now back to Elsmore, and we're ticking down to just 1 minute to go. Coach Holmes wants his defense to get out and pressure a bit. O'Connell gets the step, takes it to the hoop, gets it up, and gets fouled on the way to the rim.
And
he's fired up.
That might have been Thibodeau, and if so, that's his fifth.
They call it on Greco.
Oh.
That's just his third. Tough to see from up here, any angle, but we did catch the fingers as they were displayed to the scorer's table. So Greco's third foul. Logan O'Connell misses the front end. Can make this a 3-point margin with this second foul shot. 53-51 is the score right now. 57.7 seconds left. O'Connell takes the knee bend. Second is on the way, and too strong, but O'Rourke comes away with an offensive rebound. He's double teamed down in the corner. Coach Moreno should be shouting for a timeout, and he is. Near side official hears it and calls it. The Bulldogs maintain possession. Coach Moreno will take a full timeout.
That was a huge rebound by Connor O'Rourke.
It was. Two tough free throws that were missed by Logan O'Connell, but as you said, the senior big man who was huge in that last round comes down with a really important rebound there to get another possession for the Bulldogs. We at BCTV and WBNH would like to thank once again our our underwriters for supporting our live sports coverage. Primary Bank, the Wicks Insurance Group, Interim Healthcare of Manchester, Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, and Great New Hampshire Restaurants, T-Bones, and the Copper Door. Coach Gibbs, you're Coach Moreno right now. You have a 2-point lead, 53 seconds to go in this state semifinal game. What are you telling your players right now?
A couple of things. First of all, be strong with the ball. Don't be weak. You want to have two hands on it. If there is a potential for a jump ball, don't just throw the ball randomly. If it's a tie-up and it's your ball, great. If it's a tie-up and it's their ball, you have a chance to set your defense. But at this point, Exeter has to foul, so I think you'll see Bedford try to keep the ball in the hands of their best free throw shooters. If they can extend this out to 4 points, that's going to put a lot of pressure on Exeter.
Strong with the ball here. Another thing I like to tell people in these types of situations, ball fake, ball fake, ball fake. This defense has to be super aggressive to try to get these turnovers. The ball fake has a huge impact on moving the defenders all around.
Okay, so the fans are now up in front of us, so our high view is now obstructed as well.
Dak gets the inbound pass. Again, the Bulldogs going to take a patient approach here. Elsmore up top, guarded by Ream.
This is an
pivots away from pressure.
Interesting defensive approach here.
You'd think they would need to foul because the Bulldogs can just dribble it out up top, and there it is. Greco's going to pick up his fourth as he tried to tip it away from behind on Logan O'Connell. So that is the 15th foul. Logan O'Connell will go to the line.
Not sure that's the person you want to send there, though. Logan's a pretty sharp shooter, although he did miss 4 in a row the other night against Wyndham, I believe, near the tail end of the game.
He's missed 3 in a row tonight. He takes his time and swishes that one. O'Connell now with 20. Big one coming up here. 3-point margin right now. He can make it a 2-possession game. O'Connell has the ball, takes a deep breath and a bounce. Deep knee bend, ball is on the way and good. Big shots there from Logan O'Connell. The junior puts the Bulldogs ahead by 4 with 33 seconds to go. McNeff hands it off. Ream gets open for 3, takes a long one off to the left-hand side. Rebound comes down. Dak fights for it. It's a jump ball. Greco ties him up. Possession arrow favors the Blue Hawks. 23 seconds to go. The Bulldogs ahead by 4, 55-51. McNeff will inbound under his offensive basket. Instructions being yelled in from the sideline. McNeff gets in a pinch, now throws it all the way out up top. Here's McDonald. Kicks to Greco. Greco inside the three-point line, takes the mid-range jumper, and he's fouled. I believe O'Rourke is going to pick that one up, and it is O'Rourke. Just his first foul on the evening, but it sends Greco to the line for 2. Six of 8 from the line for Greco tonight. He's shooting 2 more. He has 14 so far this evening. 16.8 seconds to go, and they trail by 4. Greco's first is on the way, and too strong. Big miss there for the senior forward. Ball's back in his hands. Now Coach Holmes has to be yelling to his team that they need to foul here on the inbound or on the rebound. Greco's second is good. Greco now with 15 points. Inbound goes to Shakir, a strong foul shooter for the Bulldogs, and he'll go to the line. He's not shot the ball at all tonight from the floor nor from the line, and he'll have the chance to put the Bulldogs ahead by 5. 15.5 seconds to go. The foul was called on Jackson McDonald, just his second, and Shakir, the sophomore, who's normally in there for defensive purposes, is strong but gets a marvelous bounce. It bounced high up off that back rim and just dangled in the air and fell straight through. Puts the Bulldogs back up by 4. Second on the way is rattling around and no good. Comes out. The clock is ticking though. Down to 12. McNeff comes to the left-hand side. Gets a three-pointer off. No good. It's short. Dak with the rebound, and that'll just about do it. 5 seconds. 4.5 to go. The Exeter Bluehawks foul Dak, and he'll go to the line. It'll be tough to come back from this.
It'll be impossible to come back from this, I would say, at this point.
Greco commits his 5th foul. He's disqualified. 4.4 seconds to go. Dak has 2 shots from the line. And some of the Exeter players a little dejected. Fans are heading for the exits. They know the result here. 56-52 is your score right now. Dak has 2 to shoot. And the Bulldogs are trying to seal their invitation to the finals on Sunday afternoon at 4 p.m. from UNH Lundholm Gymnasium.
I think we might see
Steve Bartell trots in as Greco again is eliminated from this game on his 5th foul. Dak at the line. Takes his dribbles. Knee bend. Shot is on the way. Rattles around and falls. That's a 5-point game. And the aria singer is warming up. I guess we don't use that other terminology anymore. Dak hits the second of 2. He has 12 points on the night, and that'll do it. McNeff dribbles it up. Desperation 3 is good at the buzzer, but to no avail. McNeff will finish with 18 on that three-pointer. The final score, 58-55. The Bulldogs have a chance to make it. They are back in the championship. They will take on Keene, who won that first semifinal, 61-60. They win by 3. Coach Gibbs, any final thoughts?
Yeah, Bedford really felt that they had a chance to make it to that final game last year and were eliminated by, I believe, Nashua North in the semis. They did win 2 years ago, win the state championship, and they have that winning pedigree. And I tell you, the job that Coach Marino has done this year with this group has been absolutely amazing. And they very much deserve to make it to the finals. It'll be an interesting matchup between them and Keene on Sunday. Kind of surprised to have that name come out of my mouth, but everybody thought it was going to be Portsmouth and Bedford, and it's going to be Keene and Bedford. So we'll probably have to do a lot of research between now and then, but I'm excited for that game.
The Bedford Bulldogs scored 18 points in that final quarter to just 12 points for the Blue Hawks. They were outscored in the third quarter by 6. They outscore the Blue Hawks by 6 here in the fourth. Leading scorers for each team, Logan O'Connell had 21 huge points, 10 in the second half. Ouija Dak with 12, the freshman making an impact on both ends of the floor. For the Blue Hawks, they were led by Nate McNeff, 18 points, Nick Greco, 15. Just not enough tonight. Final score here from Rochester, 58-55. The Bulldogs take home victory. We want to thank all the folks that helped make this production possible. Eric Chellis joining us from Exeter TV, the Blue Hawk TV station. Andrew Fenn back in the studio helping with production. Bill Jennings, the Grand Poobah, here on site. For Kevin Gibbs, I'm Corey Munster Tiger. Thanks for joining us this evening. We'll see you in the finals on Sunday. Have a great night.